It's a pretty sweet background. I like it. Morning, Heidi.
Good morning.
All right. You know what? We'll see if Jayla or Sandra hop on, but we can probably get going. You guys ready? Oh, I jumped pages here. Okay, so you guys know we've been working on this focus standard for forever, it feels like. But so we're working on creating and evaluating variable expressions. You guys know that. Arising from real world situations, and we got to be able to do them that contain whole digit exponents. So today we're going to review real quick exponents and PEMDAS. You guys should rock those out pretty quick. And then we're going to focus on creating variable expressions and solving those expressions for a given value. So the creating is probably the most difficult part. The solving part, we just plug and use PEMDAS. But all right, so first thing first, factor and solve. So who can help me out? Use your hand up button. What do you think? Who can help me out? Who knows how to factor this guy out to begin with? Avery, what's it look like when I factor this guy out?
Six times 6 times 6.
You got it. So to factor just means to write it down as multiplications. We'd have 6 times 6 times 6. And then you can just run that out. Now, you guys have no problems running these on paper, I know. So if you want to use a calculator on these, I am totally cool. As we're working through this higher level type math and getting into algebra, I'm okay if you use a calculator because most adults honestly would do it too. So you guys probably know that's 36 off the top of your head, right? Just got that times 6. Anybody got the answer faster than me? Probably all of you. Actually, I know the answer because I've done it a couple times. What do you got, Avery? What is it? You got what?
222.
You got 422? Ooh, I didn't.
I said 222.
I got, so that's 36, right? And we got that times.
I got 216.
Oh, so 6 times 6 is 36, right? Carry our 3 up. 6 times 3, 18, plus 3 more would be 21. Yeah, I got 216 too. I think maybe, Avery, we may have done an additional 6.
I did it on paper.
All right, guys, so try these out. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Let's see what you guys come up with. So we got 8 to the second power, which should be really quick, and then 4 to the 5th. You're allowed to use calculator, I don't mind.
64.
Yeah, that top one's easy, right? Heidi or Reese, you got this bottom one? I don't know off the top of my head. Actually, I do. I remember. So you could use a calculator, which is, pretty simple. But because you guys are the smartest of my smart, you can also, because of what we're going to talk about on our next cycle, so after next week, we're going to start talking about properties of math, which will actually help us as we're rewriting expressions. But due to properties of math, you can combine multiplication things in any order you want. So what I do, I like throw things together that I know. So I know like 4 times 4 is 16, right? So you can do that twice. I also know that 16 times 4, just because I know, is 64. So there I've got 64 times 16. And that we can probably do pretty quick, right?
I got 1,024.
I think you are correct. Actually, I know you're correct because I've done this a couple times with different groups. But if you do the 64 times 16, you'll get 1,024. So again, you can do it step by step if you want to. I take those groups that I know, like my 4 times 4s. If I can find 2 of them, I can group them, make 16, and then I know 4 times 16. I just happen to know is 64, and then do the 16 times 64. So any way you run that out, calculator, if you're doing it on paper, find those tricks, because the more tricks you got up your sleeve, the faster you can do the math. All right, so we seem pretty good on those lovely exponents. Just remember you're multiplying it by itself that number of times. Avery, what you got?
Do we have a game kit today?
A gim kit? No, I said we were gonna do a gim kit, didn't I? I'm the
Yep.
worst, dude. It's cause we missed like a couple weeks.
How dare you?
I will do your gim kit for next week, because next week is a test week, and we will 100% do a gim kit, and I will have prizes for you guys. What do you want for prizes?
Legos.
Legos? Okay.
or
Legos.
I think we'd do some Legos. All right. My smarty smarts, and since I forgot this week, well, I remembered the week that we were gonna have it, and then yeah, it's gotten a crazy couple weeks. Gym kit.
Candy.
All right. So, PEMDAS, what's my P stand for, y'all?
Parentheses.
You got it. E stands for
Exponents.
M and D.
Multiplication and division.
You got multiply, divide, left to right. A and S, of course, then.
Addition and subtraction.
Got it. Perfect. So running these through, we'll do the parentheses first. So we'll do what's inside first. Got your 7. And then I've been telling this to everybody, but especially for you guys, because you guys are going to be the ones that go into some higher level maths when you get into junior high and high school. Make sure each step you're running down when you're figuring these expressions out and equations, make sure that you're rewriting each step. That way, if you get something wrong and your answer doesn't make sense, it's easier to go back, look at your steps, and figure out what step you went wrong in. So you'd have your 49 then times 4 plus 3. And what do I do next? Reese, Kellogg,
Add 4.
you say add? Oh, don't add first, because that would give me 7, and I can actually work that out. Let's see, 49 times 7 equals, well, that would be 63. Carry my 6 up, and then 4 times 7 is 28, and 6 is 34, right?
Now you're on 4.
But if I do 49 times 4, that's going to give me a different answer, because 49 times 4 would be a 6 and carry my 3. And then 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19. I get 196 plus another 3 is 199. So I got 2 different answers, y'all. Which one of these is correct?
I think the second one, the 199.
It is going to be the 199, because if we did this first, we would be doing addition and subtraction before our multiplication and division. And we got to do that M and D first. So this is actually, this one down here would actually be your correct one. All right, so just remember, do everything in that order as you go. All right, try these out, and then we'll get into the good stuff. I'm going to move that. I don't think you can see all my pictures there, but just in case you can. So you got 5 plus 2 to the 3rd power, or cubed, and then you got the quantity 15 divided by 5 plus 1 divided by 2, and that whole thing is cubed. Let's go ahead and try those 2 out. The second one looks horrible, but it's not as bad as you might think. Give these guys a shot.
I think the first problem is 32.
You think so? I agree, Avery.
I did it in my head.
Yep. You got your 3 times 3, which would be 27. You got it. Or 9 times another 3. And plus 5 would give you 32. That's a plus, right? Is it? 32. There you go.
I got 8 for the second one.
You would be correct. So you're going to do this inside parentheses first. So you do your 15 divided, division is going to be before addition. So you'd have 15 divided by 5, which is 3, plus 1. If I was your teacher, I'd want you to, and I am, but if you're in class, I'd want to see it written down. Just so you get in the habit. Rewrite, then you do your inside parentheses again. So 4 divided by 2. And we take that, and whatever that is, we're going to cube it. And of course, that is 2 cubed, which is 8. Because 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 8. Good job, guys. You the best. All right, so we're ready for the good stuff. Help me buy some jeans. Here we go. Creating expressions, and then I'm going to have you solve them. So I am looking at buying some new jeans at Old Navy or H&M. I don't know where I'm going to go. I like both those stores, and I like their jeans. I'm not sure how much each pair of jeans cost, but I do know that Old Navy is running a sale where each pair of jeans is $5 more than 2/3 of the price of a pair at Old Navy or at H&M. Using what I know, I want you to write me an expression to show the price for 4 pairs of jeans at Old Navy. That's a lot of info. So maybe we should start by talking through this. So if I were to use that cube method, and I underline what I'm looking for, what is my answer going to tell me? So I'm looking to buy some jeans. Not sure how much they cost, but I do know that Old Navy is running a sale where each pair of jeans is $5, more than 2/3 of the price at H&M. So using what I know, write an expression to show the price of 4 pairs of jeans at Old Navy. So what is it that my answer should tell me? What am I looking for?
The price for 4 pairs of jeans at Old Navy.
Yep. And specifically, I want an expression, right, that shows the price of 4 pairs of jeans at Old Navy. So I'm not even looking for the price yet. I just need an expression that can show that to me. Perfect, guys. All right. So what do I know? Where am I going to get my numbers from? Well, I guess I can circle my numbers, right? So somebody give me some numbers.
5, 2/3, 4.
I've got 5 more, right? I got 2/3 of, and I know I need that 4 pairs, right? Is there anything else?
You're going to be using multiplication.
I am going to use some multiplication because you see what word tells you?
Of.
And I've got 4 pairs, right? And if I can find out my price per pair, then I got to do 4 of those. I like it. 5 more would be what?
Addition.
Addition. And I know I got 2/3 of, so it's going to be 2/3 times something. But what's it times? Do we know?
The pair of jeans, which is 4.
Well, I know I need 4 pairs of jeans, so eventually I got to do 4. There's still something I'm missing though, because I don't have anything in my slot here, my empty spot. Anybody have an idea? I think we're out of numbers, kinda. Is there something that we have that is kind of standing in for a number?
Pair.
It's a pair at H&M, because I know that my 2/3 goes with the price of a pair of jeans at H&M, right? So what does that mean? Since I don't know what this value is, what do I need to make it?
2.
I could make it a 2. Where are you getting the 2 from though?
The word pair.
Oh, I see. But a pair of jeans is only one set. I don't know why we call it a pair, but that's a good catch, Avery. In this case, it's talking about a pair of jeans, which is just 2 legs. So only one price. Do I know how much a pair is at H&M? Does our situation here tell me?
No.
Nope. So if I have an unknown value, what do I need to make it? We've been dealing with these. This is the first section where we've been dealing with these. I tell you every day you have to define a
Variable.
There you go. We need a variable. So I need a variable that stands for the price of a pair of jeans at H&M. Why do you guys want to make it? Any letter you want.
P.
P? All right. So P equals the price of a pair of jeans at H&M. Does that make sense, guys and gals?
Yes.
Heidi, Reese, that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now we got it. So now if I take 2/3 of whatever that price is and then add the $5 to it because it's $5 more than that, and then I multiply it by 4 pairs, that will give me my price for 4 pairs at Old Navy, right? I know that one was a little bit difficult. I made that hard just for you guys. All right, so now we've got our, hold on, I'm gonna go back. Here we go. Okay, so now I want you to solve this expression for me. Because now I'm gonna tell you, it's the same thing, except for I'm gonna tell you that a pair costs $30 at H&M. So what am I gonna do with that $30, guys?
Change the P into a 30.
You got it. And then solve it for me.
2/3 of 30 would be 20. Or
Got it. Times 30 over 1, right? Plus 5, and that would be 4 times, you're right, 20 plus 5, which is 20, what?
5.
25.
So how much does it cost me for 4 pairs of jeans?
$100.
You got it. Brilliant. Brilliant, guys. Okay, so that's how you'll need to run those things out. Remember, and you guys have done pretty well with this, but as a class, it's the one thing we've been missing. Make sure that for every expression, and I've said this a couple times in a couple different ways, but you have to give me, it's going to have numbers and operators, which is normal, right? But you're going to have to give me a variable and then tell me what the variable means. So like if you just would have given me this, like what we just worked on, and just thrown a random P in there, I wouldn't give you full credit, because as we're moving on in the math, you need to define what that means for me. So in this case, we decided it was the price of a pair of jeans at H&M. And even if you know what it means, that's good, but you got to let me know so I know that you know what we're talking about. Because if we go through and you start working on a problem and you've defined the variable as something that it's not, even though there's, you know, you can make the variable pretty much anything, but if it's not what will help you solve the problem, then I know where we went wrong. And you can know where you went wrong. All right, so easy ones. Give me an algebraic expression to show 8 more than 4 times a number. Reese, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, Reese, what are my numbers that I know here already?
4 and 8.
And we said 8 more and 4 times a number, right? Do we know how much that number is? Do we, Reese?
Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
Oh no, you're fine. Do we know what this number is yet?
One minute. No.
Okay, so what do we need to do if we don't know what a number stands for yet? We need to make it a what?
A letter.
Yep, a variable. What letter do you want to use for that number that we don't know?
Z.
Okay. And then Z equals our unknown
Zippers.
our unknown number of zippers. Could be. So Z stands for equals our unknown number. Or you can say let Z stand for, or let Z equal the unknown number. All of that will work, but you just have to define what we got. So then what am I going to do with that z, Reese? I need 8 more. So what does that mean I'm going to do with the 8?
8 times 4.
I could do 8 times 4, but I need 8 more than that number. So that wouldn't be multiplying it by 4. If I say I've got 3 and then I've got 2 more, what operation am I using? Heidi or Avery, you want to help them out?
Addition.
Yeah, we would just be adding it. So I'm going to do my 8 more. And then you were right, Reese, 4 times that number, which would be multiplication. There you go. You've got your 4z. I'm going to put that in there just so we know it's a z and not a 2. So 4z plus 8 would give us our number. If we knew what that number was, we could get a value out of that. We'd have an equation, not just an expression. All right. Last hard one. So John has some stamps. I want you guys to try this one out on your own. John has some stamps. If he gave 12 stamps to his sister and bought a new sheet of 20, create an expression to show how many stamps he has now.
We don't know the amount of how many stamps he had before he gave them to his sister.
You're right. So what do you need to do with that then?
Make it into a variable.
Perfect. So I could say like S equals the number of stamps John started with. There you go.
So if he gave 12 stamps to his sister, it would be subtraction.
Okay. So I start with that and I get 12. And then I bought a new sheet of 20. Heidi, what would I do with that 20?
You'd add it.
You got it. So there's an expression. There's how many stamps you would have now. He started with whatever S is, took 12 away to give to his sister, added 20 more when I bought the new sheet. That would give me how much I have now, right? So last thing, solve it. If John had 32 stamps to start with.
He has 40 stamps in all.
So I have my 32. I'm going to plop them in. Minus 12 plus 20. Avery, I think you're right. So if I took 32 and took 12 away, I would have 20. If I had 20 more, you guys are right, I would get 40 stamps.
I did it in my head.
You rock it. So you guys probably can do a lot of that in your head. Do you guys have any questions on those? I know the hardest part is probably figuring out, especially with those longer story problems, figuring out the variable. Just think about what you don't know. It's not what's going to go necessarily after the equal sign, because we never know that, right? But there will be some value that we need to work with that we don't know. So find that guy out. Make sure you put a letter in and tell what it means, and then build your problem or your expression around what's missing. And then once you know the value, then you can do the equal sign and you can plug the numbers in and figure it out. All right, guys, really good work today. That's all you got from me. Anyone got any questions on this or anything on math that you're working on today?
I finished all my work. I'm gonna go sleep.
So am I.
I kind of figured you guys might be. Avery, you got like a basketball court or something you can do there? Looks like you're hanging out at the community center, maybe?
Yep.
Nice.
My mom has to work, so I came here.
Nice. All right, y'all. Well, enjoy your day. If you guys need anything, I'm here. You guys could probably tell me the answers to the problems though better than I can tell you. Heidi always fixes my problems each day anyway. All right, guys. Well, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. If you need anything, I'll be on office hours in just a bit, okay?
Bye.
All right, bye, guys. Thanks. Good job today.